Thank you so much for joining us today for our career conversation series. And we are very excited today to have Mr. Bruce Budny here with us. And he is the Vice President of Human Resources for Carpool. So I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to you, Mr. Budny, and let you share with our students today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Welcome, everybody. I'm here going to talk a little bit about the opportunities at Carpool and a little bit about some interview tips. And a little bit about what we have to offer. Carpool is an institution in the Richmond area. We are a full service car wash and detailing business. We've been in business, locally owned and operated for 44 plus years. Sometime next year we'll be up to 45 years. We have 8 locations, 7 car wash locations plus the detail shop. 6 of our locations are full service, and we are the only folks that basically go ahead and touch every car, inside and out. Everybody else in the market, in the car wash business, is getting out of that and going into the express wash service. So we are, that makes us a very people-intensive business. So we are looking for people constantly to go ahead and be part of our team. And we pride ourselves on another fact too, that about 47% of the folks who are on our team, and that team consists of about 300 people, associates and managers, 47% have been with us for a year or longer, with the longest tenure actually being 41 plus years. Okay, so people come to work for us, like it, and stick with it. So let's talk a little bit about, let me talk a little bit about a first job interview and sort of what we look for too. We train all of our folks in terms of what they should be looking for, not so much experience, but we hire on 3 things: personality, appearance, and work ethic. And I want to talk a little bit about those 3 things. Personality. Likable, outgoing, friendly, a smile on their face. Those are the kinds of things that we're looking for. And it's very easy to go ahead and see that while you're sitting there face to face talking to somebody. Appearance. Now, I want to be clear with that. I mean, the definition of appearance keeps changing on a constant basis. We're not looking for somebody that comes in a suit or a tie, but do they take pride in however they present themselves? Okay. And we have a very, I guess the best way to go ahead and say it is open mind about how people present themselves, but do they take pride in that? And work ethic, kind of hard to determine in some cases if they haven't had a job before, but what kind of work ethic do they have even in school? Okay. Were they a good student? Did they do other things besides just go ahead and attend classes? Were they in clubs? Were they in organizations? Were they in sports? Those kinds of things. And what can they say about that work ethic? Like, I worked real hard to go ahead and accomplish this. And it may be even something that's outside of the school environment, maybe something at home. So we look at those 3 things. Those are more important to us than anything else. What we're going to look at also as they come to the interview, are they prepared for that interview? Okay. And I really suggest to people, think about some questions you might be asked, and I'll give you some questions you're going to be asked. Tell me what I'll give you a couple of them. Tell me about your work history. And if you don't have a work history, tell me about, what you like to do. Okay, and why you like to do it. So practice answering that kind of question. Learn a little bit about the company you're going to. I ask that question of everybody. So do some research. You can find out anything you want to about us, for instance, on our website. You don't even have to have been to a Carpool. You can go ahead and answer any question I have if you go ahead and visit the website. Be on time for the interview, which is be early. Okay, that's being on time. So and be prepared in a very, short matter of time, probably about 30 seconds, to tell us what you bring to the job. Okay. What are your strengths? Okay. And then, we're going to go ahead and talk about some specific things about the job that you have to go ahead and be able to do. Bend, stoop, do those kinds of things. Even if you're in a management position with us, you have to be able to do all those things. So we're a very hands-on company. And then I asked this question of everybody. Final question. And this is what we call the 30-second elevator speech. Okay. Tell me why I should hire you. This is the most important thing that you're going to be asked. I mean, and you don't have to exaggerate. You just have to be sincere. Okay. And that's, I will say that through the entire interview process. Be honest, be truthful, be sincere. I ask you something you don't know, say, be honest. I don't know. I'll accept that as a good answer. So that's pretty much my advice, tips for a first interview, a job interview. Be early, be prepared, go ahead, research the company, make sure you highlight your personality, your appearance, your work ethic, and tell us why we should hire you. Okay. So what do we have to offer? We probably, have 30 to 40 positions in every location we have. We have some that even have higher than that. Some that typical staff is about 60 people, just based upon the volume. Everybody starts out the same place. Everybody starts out learning the basics of the job. And we're going to train you in a very, very short period of time. It's very simple. Okay. In less than 30 days, you will know the basics of this job and you'll be able to execute them. Okay. So we're always looking for high energy people who want to join our customer service oriented team. Some of the benefits that we offer, free car washes, flexible schedules. It is very important and a good way to start with us, because everybody sort of has to start somewhere. And I always like to tell the story, of our COO, current, chief operating officer. He started in the car washes. I have not had a lifetime in the car wash business. My background has all been retail and retail restaurant industry. And I started out as a dishwasher and ended up moving up to being owner of a 42-unit franchise, okay, with that operation. So everybody starts somewhere. And a good way to start with us, if you want to, as a student, is as a student, part-time. We're always looking for weekends, after school. We have very flexible schedules. We'll work around whatever your schedule happens to be. You get to work outside, okay? So you're not stuck in a hot kitchen, but you might be stuck in a hot parking lot, or you might be stuck in a cold parking lot. But we take that all into account. We provide the clothing that you need for that particular type of weather, and also give you frequent breaks, provide refreshments, all those other kinds of things. Free evenings, no late nights working with us. Having had a history in the food business myself, that was a tough place to go ahead and find people for, because no one wants to work late at night, especially if you're at school. You want to get home, you have to get up early in the morning, you got to do your homework. We want you to do all of those kinds of things, which is also why we have the Earn As You Learn program, which I'll talk about in a little bit, which offers good bonuses for good grades. We also have a referral bonus program, and we've just upped the ante on this Earn While You Learn too. We just put that slide up there. It used to be 10 and 5. We just doubled it to 20 cents per hour and 10 cents per hour. That's for every hour worked. Okay. So a good way to look at this is if you worked for us for that 9-week period, 20 hours a week, that's, a couple hours on the weekend, a couple hours after school, 180 hours. And you got 4 A's, multiply that times 4, then multiply that times 20 cents. And that's what you're going to get in addition as a bonus for that grading period. And we do that for every grading period. And we do that regardless of whether you're going to high school, college, going to technical school, whatever you're doing, we're going to go ahead and honor that commitment to you. We want you to be successful. We want you to go ahead and work on your education and training at the same time that you're working for us. We also have a referral bonus program, and that sort of works to your advantage and to the person you refer. It's $100 that we pay you and $100 to the person that you refer. So it's $200 commitment on our part, and the commitment for the person being referred is they got to work 30 days. And they also have to put your name into as the referred person. And we have a very simple process for that. We have a card that you give them with your name printed out on it, and you hand it to them and say, when they apply, this is where they put this under referral, okay? And at the end of 30 days, you both get $100. And you can do that as many times as you like. It's a great way to bring other students with you too, okay? And we also have room to advance. We have quick promotion, and we have plenty of opportunities with pay increases. And essentially, an associate starts at one rate. You can move up to going ahead and being an inspector. You can move up if you have a driver's license to being a driver. All of those pay more per hour, okay? And everybody that works for us on the lot, with the exception of the service advisor, which is a special position, everybody that works for us on the lot not only gets their hourly wages, which are paid weekly, okay? They get the tips that are earned every day by the entire locations, because we pull our tips. We pay those tips in cash daily. So to give you an idea, most of our folks go home with somewhere between $30 to $40 in cash additionally every day. Okay. And it figures out somewhere to around, $3 to $4 or more per hour in tips. So how do you apply? Very simple. You can visit our website. You can use this link that's on the page right here, which takes you to our ads on Snag a Job. We also advertise on Indeed. You can walk into one of our locations and apply also, which is a great way to get an instant interview, because we usually try to go ahead and interview people right on the spot. Our interviews, when you do come in for one, last about 20 minutes. Okay. We ask essentially 10 questions. That's it. We get to know enough about you with those 10 questions to make a decision about whether this is going to be a good fit for both of us. Okay. So that's us. We are looking for great people. And it's a good way to go ahead and start with us. And a lot of people start with us, like I say, stay with us a long time. A lot of people start with us as hourly employees, end up being in management. I think 16 out of our 17 managers that are out there in the field all started from within the organization. So it's a great way to go ahead and move up and get into management, get into leadership, if that's what you want to go ahead and do. And it can be a very rewarding career. So,
thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all this information. And for our students who do want to just stop by and have that instant interview, so they should bring a resume with them. They should look professional when they stop by.
Yeah, like I said, from an appearance perspective, just be, we don't require, everybody that works is going to be wearing a golf shirt like me, or a polo shirt, that says carpool on it. We're a very casual company, but show that you take some pride in how you appear. You don't really need a resume, but if you got one, that's great. Okay. All of our our application process, we do everything. We're totally electronic. We're totally paper free. Okay. So we use an HRIS system called Paycom, which some people may have seen on TV already, but you put your application electronically, you do your I-9 electronically, you do your onboarding electronically by yourself. You don't even have to have us there to do it, okay, except to go ahead and review your information for your I-9. Pay is done through a direct deposit or a pay card, okay, which is like a debit card. And you get to go ahead and make any changes you want to your addresses, phone numbers, anything else like that yourself through your cell phone. Okay, so nothing's done on paper. So it's a real easy process. If you go ahead and click on this link, you'll just go ahead and what you'll be doing is completing an application in Snag-a-Job, which says we're going to reach out to you and find you. Okay, and say, come on in for an interview. We're going to invite you in for an interview.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing all about Carpool, sharing about how students can advance in the company. I think that's really important for students to hear, and hearing more about your interview process. That's so important. Our students, are always wondering what to expect on an interview, and you've really shed some light on that for them. So I really appreciate that and you joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope I get to see some folks from your schools. We'd be happy to talk to them at any time.
Wonderful. Thank you again.
Thank you.